What's up, guys? Kronos here. Ignore the, I think that's the dryer in the background. Regardless, I'm here doing, I guess, a project workshop update. Talking about a couple things, some supplies I've recently bought. I'm actually going to be focusing mainly on this blaster. This is a Stockade that I bought a really long time ago. For those of you who might not be familiar with this blaster, it's basically an elite barricade that fires elite darts. It came with a really nice stock. Most people bought them for the stocks because barricades aren't that commonly used, because everyone likes strifes and rapid strikes now. But regardless, I bought this from England, I think, a really long time ago. I was going to make a review and mod guide for it, and then I dropped my mom's phone on the floor, which I was filming with, and I broke it, lost all the footage, and the rest is history. So I decided to mod it and do something really crazy. I was inspired by Germ, and there was a guy who did it before him. I'll have links to both those videos. They were drop clip barricade mods. And the reason I liked the idea was because you can pop it open, throw in another turret, and this is a Stockade turret, but I have two other barricade turrets from just barricades that I've modified and not used. There's the dryer in the background again. It's going to go on and off, and well, it's going to be annoying. And you have to Dremel around this area a little bit, like each of those things a little bit on the barricade turrets to get them to work with the Stockade. But I really don't care because it's just like 20 seconds of dremeling, and it's really fast, and I can get 3 turrets, so that's 30 shots total. Now, the way that the first guy did it, I think, was he had pipe on the outside, he'd cut it here, and on the other side, and he was running pipe from the outside, and he had a little click lever. Then Germ did it on the inside with PEX and PVC, I think, and he had these, like, interlocking pipes, and he was running the wires to them. That was kind of cool, but I didn't want to do those because that was a lot of adhesives, and I know Germ was kind of like the hot glue fiend back in the days of NM&R. And I didn't want to use adhesives because on a project like this, you don't want to be in the middle of a war and then have your adhesives break on you because you're putting it through too much stress. So I decided to go for I decided to mechanically fasten it. And so I have the one side done here, which this is part of a gutter. I've used this a couple times, and basically the 2 screws are attached to the side and then one here. And so you can pull it out and then flip this up, and you can throw your turret in and pull it out, and then just pop it down and lock it in place. So the main issue with this project is the other side. I cut it thinking that I wasn't going to put things on the side, and so it's cut here, and I can't really run a flat piece of plastic from here to here. It's just like there's a gap in height. It's kind of hard to explain unless you see it, maybe. But it's going to make this a bit of a challenging mod. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this side to stabilize it to this side, because it does wobble a lot. So I'm considering doing the other side with pipe. Although, again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. So that's kind of something I've just been kind of thinking about, because this was, I was kind of like, it was in the morning, and I was kind of like really drowsy, like after waking up, and I was thinking, like, I should do something today. And I was thinking, like, I should work on my Stockade, but I don't want to use adhesives. And all of a sudden I had this, like, after like 8 months of working on this stupid project, like, that's kind of how I work on things. Like, I just let myself think about it for a really long time, and then figure out how I'm going to do it, and then I just go ahead and do it. So I thought about this project for a really long time. I finally thought of this method of having a little rail, kind of slot cut here that goes back and forth, and it flips up. And that just, when I finally figured out how I was going to do that, that was a really great moment, and I was, like, kind of pumped. So I'm really excited for this blaster. I know Stockades aren't that war practical, but it'll still be pretty cool if I can get it to be really nice and solid. A couple other, I guess, things I have purchased is I went to Home Depot a couple times this weekend because my dad had to get a bunch of parts to fix our we were disassembling the washing machine, and in that process, a bunch of the pipes got messed up. So, in case you're wondering, that's what it looks like when you disassemble a washing machine. That's all the electronics. And so, while we were at Home Depot, I've been kind of toying around with the idea of using dart doors. I'll throw up the link to the thread for that on Nerf Haven, but I've got my 1/2-inch couplers, got my neoprene sheet, and I'm going to try to, I couldn't find any plastic washers that were the right size at Home Depot, and I guess I could find something on McMaster, but I just didn't have the chance to look. So I'm probably going to print something when my printer's back online, because there's some issues with it. But I'm going to print those out, and I'm going to try to make some dart doors, because I think that's a really great way to reload on the fly into a hopper or a chopper. So see if I can get that to work. And I also I got some bolts to reinforce my crossbow, because this area is going to break probably at some point. So I'm going to run bolts behind there to protect it. I'm going to remove all the hot glue and crap. Because this shell has just been way, like, this is a crossbow that's like seen way too much. And then finally I bought a couple things for my Talos, because Taloses are fun. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited for the Talos, because it's going to be hilarious, because it's just a funny blaster, and it should be fun to use. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'd actually like to do a quick promo for another. There's going to be another Pittsburgh War, which is kind of surprising, but I'll have a link in the description. Should be pretty exciting. It's going to be sometime in January. I haven't actually RSVP'd yet, but I'm going to try to make sure I don't fill that day up in my calendar. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you guys like these videos, because I know some people don't like these kinds of things. So let me know, because I just don't crank stuff out as fast as I used to. Just because of how busy I am these days. And I have other hobbies now, too. So thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good day wherever you are in the world.